Okay, hello everybody. Welcome to Korean Atlanta Mentorship. And in this video, I'm going to talk about why I'm probably going to be the worst car negotiator on the planet when I finally buy my first car next year. And you'd be like, "You've never bought a car before?" No, I've never bought a car because I've always been driving hand-me-downs, early 2000s Toyota Camrys from family members. And I thought, like, why would I be the worst car negotiator ever? And I think it's because I focus way too much on the big picture, right? So I'm going to tell you what I think makes me a little bit different from most people is that I remember when I first looked at how a mortgage works, okay, I was shocked. I was so shocked. I was like, you know what really made me sad is how when I was a kid, my family members would make such a big deal about giving me a couple extra bucks to buy like pizza or video games or stuff, even though like pizza is trash, like unless it's like the healthy kind that you find in the organic supermarkets, which is really not even that healthy. But I remember whenever I wanted something when I was a kid, my parents would be like, it was like the end of the world. Extra $5, $10. Oh my gosh, we're so poor, even though we live in like a really rich neighborhood. And I honestly think that really screwed me up. That really probably screwed me up for a long time. And so when I found out the truth about mortgages, and a lot of people even in their 50s, 60s, 70s don't know this because this is never taught in school. After the end of the 30-year term, I was like, "Whoa, a 3% mortgage is a 50% total interest paid?" Like, excuse me, like $200,000 mortgage at a 6% interest rate means you're going to pay above $400,000, and I was just like, I had all these thoughts like, why was every single person in my childhood willing to pay 200% to a mortgage company or a bank or whatever, but they can't give like their friends and family members an extra 5 to 10 bucks? And I was like, kind of bummed out for a long time. And I'm still kind of bummed out because even though I paid off my mortgage in less than 3 years, people still have that scarcity mentality. And I was like, where's my tribe? Where's my people who are not going to think how mainstream society teaches you to think? And now here's the thing, I get it, right? We always want the best deals, and that's why people negotiate for cars, and they want that discount that at max will probably be $1,000, right? But why are you so focused on getting that $1,000 discount on a car, but you're willing to pay 100, 200, $300,000 to a mortgage company or a bank? You know what I mean? Like, it's insane where people's priorities are. It is insane. And that's why that's why like they're just most people, they're just stepping over dollars to pick up pennies. That's what I think about like car negotiations. Like, bro, like, why you make so much effort to get $1,000 off a car, but you're willing to pay $200,000 to a mortgage company in interest and then refinance over and over again? And because I paid off my mortgage under 3 years, man, when I go to a car dealership, whatever price they gave me, 23 grand, 24 grand, I'd be like, done. And even if they give me like that $700 fee, where it's like, you pay in cash, they charge you an extra $700 for some BS fee that, like, because they make their money off of their financing. You're like, whatever, I'll take it. Because I paid off my mortgage in 3 years. And to me, it's not worth it to master the art of getting $1,000 off and haggling and acting like I'm going to walk away when I need a car. You know what I mean? maybe I gotta learn. Maybe this isn't the right attitude, but that's just how I feel. Like, this is literally how I feel. Like, I'm when I go buy a car next year, probably a new Toyota Camry 2025. I know I'm going to be the worst car negotiator ever. And the worst funny part is I bought two homes, but I've never bought a car before. How does that even work? But if you don't believe me, this is my mortgage statement where I paid it off under 3 years. I literally paid my mortgage off under 3 years. I asked ChatGPT this, and ChatGPT said, I am the top 1% of mortgage uh, people who paid off their mortgage. Top 1%. Sweet, right? So let's just end it off with this, right? So I'll just ask ChatGPT this. Why is it that people work so hard to negotiate in the car dealership, but they don't even blink an eye to paying a 100 to 200% total interest in a 30-year mortgage? Sharp observation. You know, when the AI tells you you're sharp, that's pretty good, right? All right. Oh, okay. Let me go ahead and play that. Give me one moment.
That's a sharp observation. The phenomenon can be attributed to several psychological and societal factors. One, immediate versus long term costs. Car purchases. The cost of a car is immediate, tangible, and easier to understand. Negotiating a few $1,000s off feels like an instant win. Mortgages. The monthly payment focus in mortgage lending obscures the total interest paid over 30 years. People are more likely to weigh affordability in terms of what they can manage monthly, not the total cost. 2. Perceived complexity. Mortgages involve complex terms, amortization schedules, and financial jargon that many people don't fully grasp. This complexity discourages negotiation or questioning. Buying a car feels more straightforward. It's one product, one transaction, and the price is easily comparable. Social norms. Negotiating for a car is culturally normalized, even expected. In contrast, most people accept mortgage terms as a given because everyone has a mortgage, and it's often seen as a necessary evil. How to 4. Trust in institutions. Banks and lenders are perceived as authoritative and trustworthy, so borrowers may assume the terms they're offered are fair. Car dealerships, on the other hand, have a reputation for upselling and being shady, prompting people to negotiate defensively. A 5. Emotional attachment. People view their homes as long-term investments or part of their identity, not just a transaction. This emotional attachment can cloud financial judgment. A car is often seen as a depreciating asset, making buyers more critical of overpaying. 6. Marketing and education gaps. The mortgage industry heavily markets the dream of homeownership while downplaying the true cost of a 30-year loan. Few people are educated on strategies like velocity banking or the impact of making additional principal payments to cut down interest costs. If more people knew how much they could save by treating their mortgage with the same intensity as negotiating for a car, they'd likely prioritize paying off their homes faster. Sharing strategies like yours on your YouTube channel is one way to shift this mindset.
And I know some of you have written comments that your mindset has shifted because of this channel. So I really appreciate those comments. But once in a while, I kind of get a little, I don't want to say depressed, but set back because I'm always thinking about the big picture and thinking about rah rah. And when I see people doing this kind of stuff, and I'm not saying negotiating for a car is bad, right? Like, of course, we always want the best deal, but they're so focused on these little wins that get them nowhere and they're not seeing the big picture. I kind of feel sorry. I kind of get a little, I don't know if depressed is the right word, but I want people to have a winning attitude and spirit, right? I want people to think, remember that old joke that Bill Gates, like, oh, if Bill Gates picks up a penny, he's actually going to lose money? I want you to think that way, right? But too many people are like pinching pennies to step over dollars and then they're just doing everything to save money. And the worst thing that they do is that they do everything to not pay people who can help them. I always want to pay people who I know can help me, right? But it's like I'm just gonna save money and just wait and wait and wait and wait. Now I honestly think that's why a lot of people don't grow, right? So, moral of the story: don't focus on the small picture. You know, if you're gonna choose between negotiating for a car purchase with heavy intensity or focus on paying off your mortgage, I would prefer the latter. Okay, well, that's it for today, everybody. This is Korean Lanta Mentorship. Have a great day, and we'll speak next time.